Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in yet another video on this channel. In today's video, we will discuss the astrological combinations or the yogas for spirituality. Okay, and if you look at the classical astrological texts of the Hindus, okay, they deal mostly with the materialistic aspect of human life. Okay, and of course there are hints about the spiritual evolution of a native. But then, there is no specific methodology outlined for following which one can predict whether a native has the potentials to develop his or her consciousness in this lifetime. Okay, so in this video, we will be looking at the astrological yogas that give immense spiritual potential to the native. Okay. And if you take the example of the Brihad Jataka of Varahamihir, which was written in the 6th century in Ujjain, he discusses the combinations of spirituality only in four stanzas in a chapter called the Pravarajya Yoga Adhyaya. Okay. And based on those stanzas, there are certain combinations that you can decipher to understand the spiritual uh, potential of a chart. Okay, so the first potential is that if there are four or more planets in a house, excluding the nodes, then it is known as a Pravarajya Yoga, which is also the yoga of Sannyasa. Okay, now these planets, if they are present, they should not be combust by the sun, or they should not be in a Graha Yuddha. Okay, so if this combination is happening, but one of the planets is combust, or more than one planet is combust, then such a person is going to be interested in spirituality, but will not take the renunciation. Okay. Now, say out of these four planets, if one of them is defeated in a planetary war, then the person is going to come back to the material world after taking renunciation. Okay. And according to Varahamihira's book, what it says is that if the 10th lord from the Lagna is involved in this Pravarajya Yoga, then the native can become a very famous monk or a sannyasi. Okay, you can take up the charts of the famous people, the famous sannyasis of the modern age, and see if it resonates with that. Okay. The second combination that Varaha Mihira discusses is that if the dispositor of the moon or the Rashi lord of the moon sign is not receiving any aspect from any planet, but only from Saturn, or is aspecting only Saturn and not any other planet, then also it is a yoga for renunciation. Okay, because remember, Saturn is the Karaka for spirituality. Okay. Thirdly, Varahamihira also says that if you go to the D3 chart or the Drishkan chart, okay, and if the moon is in the Drishkan of Saturn and receives only the aspect of Saturn, again, after looking at the Drishkan chart, you go to the Navamsha chart and see that if the moon is placed only in the Navamsha of Saturn or Mars and receiving only the aspect of Saturn, then also renunciation is going to happen. So these are the combinations. Okay. The fourth combination that Varahamihira mentions is that if the Lagna belongs to Cancer or Sagittarius or Pisces, and if Saturn is aspecting the Lagna, and Jupiter is simultaneously placed in the ninth house, then also renunciation is a possibility. Okay, remember, astrology is a game of possibilities. Okay. Similarly, if in case of Cancer, Sagittarius, or Pisces Lagna, if Saturn is aspecting the Lagna or Moon or Jupiter, then also renunciation can happen. Okay, so not only Saturn should aspect the Lagna, it may aspect the Moon or Jupiter also in case of Cancer, Sagittarius, or Pisces rising. Okay, so in that case also renunciation is a possibility, right? Again, if Saturn is in the ninth house, this is the fifth combination given by Varahamihira. Okay, if Saturn is in the ninth house and is not receiving any aspect by any planet, then the native can become a monk or a sannyasi, even if it means that person may be following the highest lifestyle of materialism, But all of a sudden, that person can renounce everything and come back. Okay, you can know the condition of the billionaire from Malaysia, the Barcelona, whose son renounced everything to become a monk. Okay, again, this is not by Varahamihira, this is by Parashara. Okay, so in the Stri Jataka Adhyaya of the Brahat Parashara Hora Shastra, Parashara mentions a sannyasa yoga. And remember, this is the only sannyasa yoga that he mentions. He says that if a malefic planet is in the seventh house and there is any planet in the ninth house, during the dasha or antardasha of the malefic planet, sannyasa or renunciation can take place as per the nature of that planet. Okay, so these are the combinations, of course, of spirituality, and you'll find other combinations in certain other books by authors. So I'll not go into those teachings, but these are the main combinations of spirituality that can give renunciation, or that can give monkhood to a person. Okay, so please check in the charts of yourself or your loved ones, and do let me know in the feedback section regarding your findings. As always, please share this video with someone who may need it, and subscribe to the channel and like the content too. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.